Hey, how you doing? Justin back with you for a little talk about ands. Yeah, ands. When we count in music, in between a beat, we have an and. It's usually written as a little plus sign. So I'm sure you're familiar already with this idea that we talked about having 4 beats in the bar. So when we're strumming 4 beats to the bar, or strumming in the down strums, we're playing 1, 2, 3, 4. And our hand would generally move down with that. So we'd have in this 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, in between each one of those down strums, our hand is actually coming up as well, and we might want to strum with that up strum, like later this lesson. So we want a way to write that down, and we use the and in between the numbers where the up strum comes. So we'd have 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Now, one thing that I'd really recommend you get used to saying is 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and. Just practice saying it. I know it seems ridiculous. Okay, if somebody had told me that when I was 15 years old, I should practice going home and go 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and I would have thought they were absolutely crazy. But I've seen really great results from people getting better at rhythm guitar just by being able to count and count evenly. So have a go at doing that, tapping your foot along and thinking 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and tapping just on the 1, 2, 3, 4, but counting 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Try and get used to being able to say it. It doesn't want to be scatty rhythmically. It wants to be consistent. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, not 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and. Okay, we're after consistency here, a nice flow. This 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and tapping your foot is always a great thing to be doing. Okay, you definitely want to be trying to train yourself up to tap your foot whenever there's music on. That's a really great thing to be working on. You might want to try doing this as well, just moving your hand and going like 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. You could do that even without a guitar. I mean, it might look a little bit weird if you were doing it at the bus stop, right? But anytime more or less that you're on your own and there aren't people to look at you and think that you're a bit peculiar, just practicing the 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and trying to train up this little kind of, I don't know what we call them, subroutines in your brain that connect this 1, 2, 3 and the 4 with the down strum and the and with the up. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Practice saying it as much as you can. Really, it'll pay dividends as we get going through this course a little later on. So have a bit of a practice on that. We're now going to have a look at the up strum.